understand commitment to the lifestyle, but he's too relaxed today.
No, that's just. I mean,
he's a machine.
What Balls did, we need to study his body. What Balls did this weekend, he went from Thursday to Sunday.
Right.
And it was Sunday too. It wasn't like leave Sunday. He was on a boat for 4 hours, and after a boat, you're usually done.
Right.
He went to DJs he did the 5 to 12.
He's not a party guy. He's
not a party guy. But that is like
went
one
to
of
DJs
those
by himself too, with just Fun Anthony.
He went to DJs by himself,
with
not a party guy.
No, not a party guy. But that's impressive.
Very impressive.
But he's got him a red tank top today, loose fitting, and then just flip flops.
He FaceTimed me.
The flippiest of flops.
Yes, he's the one who walks around smashing them on the floor too. Like they're flipping, flopping into the floor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, he wears a flip flop.
You hear him down the hallway. But he's FaceTimed me at 1:30 in the morning last night, and just getting back to the house in Jersey Shore, and he was still here this morning at 10.
That guy.
Not a party guy.
So it is not a party guy at all. Definitely not. Not a strip club guy either, even though he's got a favorite in every single city that he's ever been in. All right, it is Pick Central. We're talking gambling. We're talking sports. We're talking Olympics. There goes my sister. We're talking all that shit today. Busy weekend. I think the first weekend of the Olympics is slept on like a motherfucker. I think it's an elite Saturday and Sunday where you can just wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, put it on NBC or any other channel that has any in the NBC family. Just put it on and let the Olympics wash over you and just watch whatever they want you to watch. I love it.
Well, see, because there's 4 channels too, so you kind of have your pick a little bit. You go through, you got USA on, you got NBC on, you got CNBC.
NBC Sports, yeah.
NBC Sports, so you get your choice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite random one? Because I know mine immediately.
Me too.
I watched a bunch of different ones. There's one that stuck out.
One that you tweeted about was actually my favorite. I love watching indoor men's volleyball at the Olympics. I think you look at indoor men's volleyball and the way they hit the ball, the speed with which they hit it, the digs, it's just an incredibly impressive sport.
They float when they jump.
They float when they jump.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning.
What?
We're gonna talk about it?
We are talking about it.
That I'm an all Long Island volleyball player.
How many times do we want to talk about it?
I feel like we just got to talk about it. That I've been trying to tell people for fucking years. It's one of the best sports to watch. They're so fast. You don't know where that setter, you don't know if he's going backwards, forwards, right in front of his face. And then that little libero guy is digging and smashing his arms.
The digs that they pull off is incredible.
It is insane.
And then the blocks, they're also there's 3 people trying to block it.
I have a new sport that a lot of people like that I don't like, and I won't talk about that. But what's your favorite random sport that you watch?
Water polo.
It's too much. How can you be in that good of shape?
It was the one that I genuinely enjoyed watching the most. That I was like, I could watch another game. It was
That's when you know.
It was USA versus Japan. They were losing. They went in a great comeback, and they kind of had to hold them off at the end. When they're just that great ball movement, the way they can just handle that big ass wet ball with one hand, they must all these massive hands. They're probably all just 6'5" and just jacked, and they just tread water for 9 hours straight.
Here's how you know you're into the sport: when you turn on a channel and they're showing a sport and it's China versus Indonesia or China against Denmark, and you watch it. Mm-hmm. If it's not America and you still watch it, I found myself doing that a lot this weekend.
I have one statement, one question.
All right.
First, my favorite is Taekwondo.
Okay.
I cannot. I watch so much Taekwondo. I have a bet for it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. But question: would you rather be a middle of the road reliever in baseball? You have an okay career,
right?
You get sent back up and down a little bit, but you have an okay career, or be the best water polo player ever and you win gold medals all the time.
I'd rather be
I need to take a look at his financial
I want the money.
Yeah. I think that's what it comes down to.
I want the money.
If he can make some decent money, then maybe.
But I don't. No one knows who the best water polo player is.
Yeah. I guess I
know who Steve Zizek is.
The logistical answer is you definitely take.
I don't know where I pulled that guy's name out of.
You definitely take the reliever, but I think about it.
You have to think about it because it's still a gold medal for your country.
If you change that not to reliever and to football, something you have to go through a lot physically for, but you never really.
So almost like Will Compton. Where
Will Compton's different.
Will Compton without the podcast.
Without the podcast, someone that's is a gritty guy, just always trying to find a place on the team.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love the Olympics. What stood out? Did you watch it?
I saw us meltdown in basketball against France, and then
Coach K's not coach.
Well, yeah, and then I had it on the other night. I saw the softball, the comeback against Australia, that 8th inning comeback.
Fuck that.
How much?
$150,000
a year. I'll be the middle reliever.
I'll be the middle reliever.
Collecting like $3 million.
The average is expected to be 75. Yeah, okay. But I would
still
think,
better than I thought.
I agree with the physical demand. You'd have to say, like, would you rather be like that, a water polo player, or like a middle of the road like UFC fighter?
You know what sport? What sport is the one that just it makes my eyes go? Wow, I don't know how that's possible. The most is synchronized diving. I don't know how the fuck they do it. The easy dives, the first two are always easy. They go up, they go down, whatever. You can time that. But the fact that they're able to time these spins and these flips and all that, and going like the Chinese, they did everything together. Every flip, they did a 3.5 and a pike and all this shit. I don't know how you do it.
I said as I walked the line. So like we're in your pool, right? Mm-hmm. You jump off the diving board first. How many times has your friend jumped on top of you?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. And these guys are going at the same exact time, not even hitting each other. It's unbelievable.
They are on parallel boards, though.
But still,
you guys were using one diving board.
I'd still probably hit my friend if I was on.
Now, if synchronized diving used one board, now we're talking.
You both like 1 foot on the side or something. Now we're getting somewhere.
Just piercing water at the same time. They're putting in like slow-mo, watching you both break.
Did you see that one guy that landed on his back? That's my favorite Olympian.
Yeah. There's always
the Filipino team.
Yep.
There's always one of those per Olympics.
Yeah, and that's a relatable guy right there.
What do you think me and you could do simultaneously off a diving board? It would have to be
pencil.
Yo, you guys call it a pencil up here? I was going to ask. We
Yeah,
call it a
pencil
toothpick.
dive.
Pencil.
Toothpick.
Toothpick.
Yeah, I'm a pencil guy.
That's interesting that you call it a pencil. I know what it is. You just straight in with your feet first.
Like
there's a little splash.
We call it a toothpick.
Pencil's always good for a laugh when everyone's going crazy. Just pencil.
Yeah, like everyone's doing cannonballs. You go whoop.
Yeah.
I'm known for the element of surprise when people are in the pool. I try to catch people napping with like a monster cannonball.
I would hate you.
No, but it's like the pool like splashes.
There's always that one ass wipe that does that.
Yeah, well, I'm that guy. I make the pool look like a bay or an ocean. My splashes are so big.
I could see you doing that too.
You guys ever do the otter?
It's the otter.
It's when you dive in. It's when you dive in head first with your arms at your side. It always just looks.
Yes.
Aesthetically, it's hilarious.
I'm like terrified to dive. I always puss out right when my head gets.
You got to
close.
just go.
And then you belly button. You belly button.
You got to just the second you go in, you got to just kind of turn your body.
I love diving.
Let's also talk about Mincy's. Mincy's bougie.
Are you bougie?
I mean,
he's a Hamptons guy.
Went to the Hamptons this weekend.
What? You went to the Hamptons?
He didn't go to Hamptons. Like he didn't go to. He went to rich people Hamptons.
Yeah, he went to
I went to Sag Harbor.
Why? How?
Unreal that my high school buddy from Rouge, Louisiana, is a lawyer for a hedge fund up here, and him and his wife own a place up there. So I got to go chill up there for a couple days. Back here, relax.
Nice little weekend for Mincy.
Yeah, walked around the bay and just hung out in the pool, and man, I'm feeling good on this Monday.
Good for you, Mincy.
Did you cannonball some people?
I did. We executed a simultaneous cannonball. Maybe not.
Is he a big guy, a little guy?
No, he's not too big. I think I got a video.
Is he an Ole Miss fan?
No, he's a Vandy guy.
Oh, okay. So
smart.
he's
way
probably
too
skinny then.
Think about it. He has to be smart if he's a lawyer for a hedge fund. He ain't going to Ole Miss if he's got that job.
That's true.
He's Vandy and Texas law, and yeah.
All right, so a lot of sports to talk about. Okay, so here's the Olympic sport that I think is disappointing. 3-on-3 basketball just isn't it. It's not fun to watch. It's sloppy. It's you can tell the guys are getting winded out there. Now later on the show, my discussion topic: put together your greatest 3-on-3 team that you could ever put together in the history of basketball. Ooh. But 3-on-3 basketball just they never stop. You know, they shoot, they rebound, and everything. They just never stop. Even when they score, first of all, it should be make it, take it. I think that's how you should play it.
Yeah, I know. I was watching the women's U.S. team play, and that threw me off so much when they score. They don't really break stride.
Right.
They don't just take the ball and they just like kick it out.
They keep going.
Go.
Yeah.
And then they don't inbound it.
No. They just grab it from the hoop and just kick it out. And that's
where you got to have a check ball situation.
That's what threw me off. I was like, someone scored and nothing happened. They just kept going.
A 3-on-3 game without being able to sarcastically check the ball or throw it at the guy's feet or
like barely throw it back
or throw it too hard at him.
Yep. Throw it right off his shins.
That's
like a real asshole.
When you're checking the ball and the guy fires it at you, now you're in a fucking game.
Wait, so they just scored and throw it out?
Keep going.
Oh, I didn't.
They literally someone makes a layup, the other team they just grab the ball, throw it out, and they just literally just go.
They never
you
stop.
can't do that.
There's no pause of action
You
whatsoever.
need to-
How long are the
Yeah.
periods?
I know the whole game is 10 minutes. The whole game is 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Like
they
up-
just play. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes or 21. If you
What's
get 21, the game's
the
over.
shot clock situation?
12.
12.
Yeah, but it starts.
Holy shit.
It starts when the ball goes through the net on the other one.
Wow.
So you gotta
It's
go.
it's like bang bang. It's right there.
Wow.
You got to be in shape to play it too.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, you have to be.
Probably not good for the big guys.
No,
that's why when you think about your 3-on-3 team, it's
I'm not going to have
really-
Shaq on my 3-on-3
No.
team.
The women's team had a big center. She
Oh,
was
she's
tall,
huge,
real
yeah.
tall.
Yeah, she never moves out of that 3 foot. And
Not
Kelsey
really,
Plum
no.
can just. Kelsey Plum's buckets.
Nope. I think the 3-on-3, you just need guys that are just lethal scorers.
See, Jordan, LeBron, Durant, easy. No, I don't think
No.
Durant. I think
Durant,
LeBron's-
I think possible. I think LeBron, no.
I think LeBron's going to wear out. I think LeBron's more than
Are we
Durant.
doing it now?
Here's my 3. Okay.
All right, we're doing it now.
All right, we'll do it now. And then we'll get to everything else.
We're doing all our 3s, not Snake. It's just our 3.
I just because it should be anybody. I'll just do my 3. So I think you need a big time score. You need versatility. You need guys who can go from offense to defense quickly and very well, and you need guys that are in shape and never tire out. Therefore, I'm going all on the dream team, all 90s basketball players. Michael Jordan, I feel like that's no brainer, right? Michael Jordan.
Oh, we're doing. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing it right now?
I'm doing it right
all
now.
time.
I'm gonna do it right now. You do all time.
Okay. I got Michael. I got Scotty, because Scotty could score, defend, and he never tires out. And I have my center, David Robinson, the most in shape center ever. He can shoot too. He's not going to tire out. I feel like Shaq is going to be a liability. He's going to not make it through half the game. So that's my 3. We're scoring, we're defending, and we're getting after your ass. That's my I got the best 3. Marty, what you got?
This is just I did not think about this, so off the top of my head, I'm gonna go current players.
Yep.
I don't know if people are gonna like it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Damian Lillard.
All right.
I'm gonna go Giannis,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go Kawhi.
Here's your problem.
What is it?
Can't send that team to the Olympics.
Giannis.
Right.
But it's not a bad 3.
No, it's not a bad 3 at all.
I think defending. I think the versatility of all 3. I think LeBron's an awful pick.
I think
If you
LeBron's
do.
a great pick because he can do so much. However, Curry, I think, would be a bad pick. I think Curry's giving
Curry's
up half
bad
your
pick.
points.
Yeah,
Curry's going to give up so many points.
and he'll chuck too much.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I think when it's Steph Curry, I don't know if you refer to it as chucking.
Yeah, you just let him
Yeah.
shoot.
He just shoots. He just makes it a lot.
What about you?
I guess as a young guy, I'll go current as well because I think Jordan makes it almost too.
Right.
So my current, I would go probably Anthony Davis, Durant, for the length and just that they can both shoot, and then probably. See, like a big part of me wants to hit Curry, but I definitely understand that it'd be tough for him to guard people.
That's 2 guys that don't play defense.
I don't think Anthony Davis.
AD?
No, I said if you did Curry and KD.
AD's a great rim protector.
No, I think AD's a good defender.
Durant, you're saying Durant doesn't play defense?
I didn't say that. He
I
said
don't
why
think
you-
I don't think he would on
Oh.
3-on-3.
I just think he's such a mismatch to guard.
3-on-3 defense is different.
It's different.
I think LeBron and KD are both gonna they're gonna play defense half the game, and at the end of towards the end of the game, they're just gonna be holding their hand up towards the 3-point. You remember when you're in gym class or you're in a 3-on-3 game and you act like you're playing defense, but you're not really. You're just like
Yep.
do that.
And you put your hand up when they shot way after.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
they shot it, you're still just putting your hand up.
I'll still stand by it. I'll say AD, Durant, and I guess I need a guard. Lillard's not a terrible, but I'll try to go different. I mean, after what he did, I'm definitely not going to say Drew Holiday, but I almost wanted to the way he played. Guard is tough, man.
It's
'Cause I don't think-
gotta
I
be
don't-
Steph
I-
or Dame. I mean, that's I know. He
I
already
think
said it.
Lillard's
Yeah.
a great one to have.
Because I don't think Kawhi is like a bad pick either. Because I think like Durant can handle the ball just fine.
I think you need a little guard.
But for what?
Like
why do you need a little guard so bad?
you gotta get
Like
penetration and kicking.
but
Penetration and kicking.
Durant is literally a 7-foot guard.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're getting worn out by fucking.
But what do you mean worn out?
I just think that
It's a 10-minute game.
if the other team has a 6'2" guard that can fly, if they have a Lillard or something, they're walking right past Durant.
I don't think so. I think you're sleeping on
They're
that.
cruising past it. They're cruising out to the 3-point line. You need somebody to get out there quick, and Durant's not going to be as quick as a guard to do that.
But like, who is doing this to my team? To Anthony Davis and Durant? I guess I still haven't said a third guy because I'm stalling.
I got mine figured out. Whenever you need it.
You go ahead. I'm gonna
Going classic. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. Magic being 6'9" at point guard and that versatility.
But Magic and Larry can't defend.
Yeah, but they're all 6'9", 6'7". I like that length. Jordan can guard the point guard. I just like Magic's versatility because he can play center or point. You can post people up. And
I don't know. I feel like
this is like pre-AIDS Magic.
I feel.
Oh goodness.
No, but
I feel like three on three. The 3-on-3 takes away a great point guard's passing ability. Like Magic, you don't get Magic on the fast break. I don't know.
Showtime.
It's your three though.
Showtime.
I know, but there's no fast break in this.
Okay, maybe I didn't watch it, so I don't know the aesthetics.
Did you see who they actually sent or who was actually on the team?
Oh, yeah.
Who was on the team?
Didn't Robbie Hummel on the team? Yeah. Robbie Hummel.
Oh my God.
See, this is all. The biggest they use is 6'9".
Joey King.
Who?
Well, we lost. So.
Well, yeah, we lost. Are you kidding me?
Robbie Hummel.
I mean, the guy went to Fort Hays State University.
What the fuck are we doing?
They should have just sent like guys from like the big three, the big three or whatever.
Just Joe
Johnson should definitely
just send Joe Johnson and fucking like Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
We legitimately do have a pro league of 3-on-3.
Yeah, they know the.
Of course, they're all 6.
Yeah,
I'm done with the excuses
AI.
though for our actual basketball team.
I think you're just getting started hearing them. I don't. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Like the first one, exhibition. No one cares. Some people weren't there. They went out in Vegas. Okay, whatever. France, we're losing to.
Well, France isn't a bad team, but
it doesn't matter.
I just think we need to look at it a little.
Every team's bad besides us.
I'm not excusing losing. Like we shouldn't lose. But I do think we need to look at it a little different than we used to in the past, where the Dream Team was beating everybody 40. The rest of the world's caught up a lot.
No, they have.
You
but
look at every team; they all an NBA.
I'm not looking for 40. I'm looking. We have to
we should.
win.
No, I agree. We should be winning these games. But when you look across and they have legitimate NBA players on the court the entire game, like they're a real team. These other teams are.
I
real
also
teams.
think Popovich just. I'm kind of over Popovich. Like Popovich is.
You think it's just kind of
if he loses here, like I don't know. We let Greg Popovich be an asshole to media. We just let him. Oh, that's him. That's him. That's him. At some point, all these one-liners out. You're gonna go over there and embarrass. You're gonna get a bronze medal. Is that what you're gonna do? I mean,
oh God,
can't.
It's gold or bust. It's gold or.
It is gold or
shove
bust.
It.
Yeah, it's always gold or bust for U.S. back. And they'll probably. I mean, they're okay. They can absorb one loss. But I mean, this is now. They had a couple in exhibition. And now they're losing their first. And they were up like 6 with 3 minutes to go. Couldn't hit free throws.
I mean, those wide open shots they missed at the end of the game.
Yeah,
that was
wide open.
Three and three, like wide.
Durant
open.
missed one. Who missed the one in the corner that was wide open? It was something. It was. It
was all just bad. Really bad.
Who they have next? Do we know?
Iran. They're like 40-point favorites. I almost took Iran plus 40.
I love the way you say Iran.
You actually like ran.
Right. The way you said it, I was like, "Where'd you go?"
I ran.
I walked this morning.
That's good for you. Good for you. I blew my trainer off this morning. Actually, you shouldn't say it like that. I didn't go to my trainer this morning. I didn't suck his dick.
I'm sore.
It's tough
Feels
to wake
good,
up,
though.
Man. It's tough to wake up.
It really is. It's the best. Like the night before, you're like, I'm gonna get up. I want to do my routine. Then you wake up and your eyes are still shut. It's like, what's going on?
I got myself in that routine for like 6 weeks, and when you're in it, you're in it. But once you get out of it, a little bit,
boom,
a little bit,
done.
You're done. You remember the good days.
We went to Omaha, and that was it.
Same with me, Brandon. Like I feel like the Omaha, and then we were out of the office that week after the 4th. I feel like I gained like 10 pounds in like 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm fighting to get it back now, get it off now.
Hey, well, you're crazy. Pop is the best coach ever. I don't think there's. Is there anybody that actually thinks Pop is the best coach ever? I mean, he's
up there,
coach.
but
he's
I
a great coach.
I wouldn't sit there and like.
You can't say it's like solidified best
No,
coach
for
ever.
sure not.
I mean, I would. You'd
Top
have
5 for sure. I would think.
Yeah, he's in that discussion, but I don't think he's the. I don't think you can say he's the best coach ever. End of discussion.
No, not even close.
Simone Biles, what she doesn't even look right.
She's almost made it like not entertaining because she's just so much better.
But it is entertaining because of how good
for
she
sure.
is. Yeah.
I just don't get how someone
You're
can get
watching
that much
her.
height.
It's like her against her.
She had one huge fuck up last night where she ended up like in the first row. She ended up she wasn't even on the mat anymore. She was like down. She had to take a step down. She was like down.
How old is she?
I don't know.
I want to say she's
24?
like 20. I was gonna say 23 or
But
22.
she's been doing this since like
forever. Yeah.
so long.
They start young.
Didn't they change rules because of her? Like certain rules?
Because
I feel like I remember. I feel like my memories strike me. Usually when I think these things, I'm sort of right. I think they changed something.
What a
about
sentence that was.
Yeah, that sounded like
when I think of something, I'm usually right.
when something pops in my brain like that, I usually It's there for a reason.
Can I see?
I got a good memory.
Can I see that again? March 14th, 1997, 2 months before I graduated high school.
Oh, my God.
Wow. That's depressing. 4'8", 104 pounds. She started her career in 2000. It says career start in 2003 when she was 6 years old. She started her career when she was 6.
24 is actually super old.
Super
for
old, yeah.
gymnastics,
Well,
too.
like Ledecky's 24, and they were talking about her like being over the hill last night when that girl walked her down. Titmus. Titmus. Big Ben. Why don't you hit ad number one?
Why don't we hit it? All right. Get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. A user-friendly platform lets you order a custom-made, hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes. It's a quick and easy process, and get a hand-painted portrait in about 3 weeks. You send any picture of yourself, children, family, a special place, or a pet, or combine photos in one painting. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is fully refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word CENTRAL to 64000. That's CENTRAL to 64000. Paint your life, celebrate the moments that matter most.
One more thing about the Olympics, then we're going to go to Texas OU and our gambling talk and trade deadline, NBA draft.
Yankees meltdown, too.
Thank you, Ben. One sport that I thought was disappointing, too, and I realized why. Like, I was watching skateboarding final the other night, right? The street skateboarding. And they're all competing for a gold, but these guys are like, whatever. What the fuck ever. They get done, they just pop their earphones back in. They didn't really care if they won or they lost. Except when they got to the trick 3 and a guy was 0 out on it, then every trick he does after that, he tries to go harder and harder and harder, and then they just land nothing. Yep. It's just a bunch of guys not landing anything.
I haven't watched. I saw the one guy get his balls hit the grinding thing or whatever. But TJ, what are you, a skateboard guy?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, he's never intervened ever. Like, when you say, he goes, yeah.
Well, I think that they fucked it up. Like, the reason why I think it wasn't entertaining was because I don't think the judges knew what they were judging. Like, I know the commentators didn't know what they were commentating because they were calling things like spin flip and rail stall. Like, they literally didn't know what they were saying. So I don't know if the judges knew what they were judging either, because some of the scores were just like really confusing. And I think the skater just said like, fuck it, whatever.
That's another element of the Olympics where you watch announcers, like color announcers, that know everything about their sport they're watching. Just the shit they're saying, you're like, oh, okay. And you watch it for 10 minutes and then you leave. You'll go start conversations and you'll say something that they said, thinking you're a smart guy about the sport. I love the Olympics.
Didn't see TJ being a skateboard guy.
I could see it.
How do y'all think the no fans are affecting it?
I haven't really noticed that much.
Okay.
I certainly wish fans were there, especially in swimming, because although
swimming is,
but there's enough. Like, the teams are in the stands and they're yelling, and somebody's doing that god awful noise. Swimming is a good swimming race, a tight swimming race. It's nerve wracking.
You guys saw that video, right?
Oh yeah,
that one was electric.
Yeah,
I love that.
Tunisia, yeah.
What was his odds again? Like 40-1.
He was. I think he was literally like the last qualifier.
That's
or he
insane.
qualified 8th. I know was the
when Phelps and locked when we had that was awesome to I was like must watch television when we had that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Poor Lochte.
How about badminton?
That guy went down here.
Turn her down a little bit. Now they realize he's going to win.
That's just sick.
50-1.
Beautiful stuff. Really beautiful stuff, you know?
I imagine that's how Mama Mush would act when you'd come up and go 1 for 4 against Yeshiva. You get a C&I single through the 4.
You're right. It was always 1 for 4 because it was really hard to hit those guys throwing 64.
All right, and the chat's like, please don't talk about conferences. Please don't talk about conferences. We're about to talk about conferences. Because this morning...
I want one real quick.
Please.
So, I know what's going on, but, Texas is playing Seton Hall in basketball, and the Big 12, Big East,
challenge.
Challenge.
Yeah.
What happens there? if they just moved before it.
Well, I think you're okay for this year.
So this year
they do the
it?
challenges year by year, so I don't think they'll ever get caught with their pants down on the challenges. I know.
But would Texas and would it happen this year?
No, it can't happen this year.
Oh,
it's
so
too far.
Okay.
Yeah. It might happen next year. There's a lot of as it stands right now, they've told the Big 12 officially they're out. They're piecing out, and they're saying at the end of our TV contract 2025 we're out. A lot of thought and speculation that they're going to go ahead and say or join the SEC and go ahead and do whatever they got to do to go ahead and make it happen. But it wouldn't happen before. When I got the DMs last week, and I'm sure you got them too, it was Texas OU going to join by 2022. That's a possibility, but certainly nothing that would affect basketball schedules this year.
It's just I can't see them staying around until 24, 25 with the relationship being fractured now. I mean, I just don't know how you could do that for 4 more years.
I would think 2023 latest. I feel like at this point.
So you're saying the Big 12 is done?
I think they're done. I think they're going to get absorbed by the Big 10 and the Pac-12 and some refugees maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think
the Big 12 is honestly the best basketball conference right now.
Yeah, certainly in the conversation.
Deepest. I would say deepest. Probably.
Deepest.
When Duke and Carolina weren't playing.
I'm saying literally right now.
I mean, you're talking Kansas, Texas Tech made the run a couple years ago. Texas, especially now they
West
got
Virginia.
West Virginia is really good. Baylor just won the national title. I mean, it's a deep ass.
Right now they are I think they're the
Kate
best
Cunningham
conference.
in that league this year.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
They were a conference of good basketball teams.
That's crazy.
But that's about to be in the past. Well, and then where does Kansas end up? We're going to get stronger basketball leagues coming out of it because if the Pac-12 adds Kansas and Oklahoma State, suddenly you got Kansas, you got UCLA, you got Oregon, you got a lot of.
I can't have Kansas in the Pac-12.
All right, so Big Ten.
I think it's gonna be Big 10.
Big
probably.
10, I could have.
Okay, Big Ten. You got Kansas, you got Iowa, you got Michigan, you got Michigan State, you got a ton. Ohio State, you got a ton of great.
Kansas would fit perfect. They would choke as well in the Big 10. It'd be perfect. They would never make it to the. They're not going to win a championship there either.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they do. They are one of the faders every year.
Every year.
Every single
Always
year.
like, Kansas is going to be good again.
But, I mean, if the ACC catches West Virginia, that strengthens them.
That's a great fit.
Awesome
That's a fun fit back with Pitt, backyard brawl.
And you think Notre Dame's is it just easier for them to go to the ACC or like?
I think they are more likely to stay independent than go. I don't know. I keep going back and forth on Notre Dame because I do think the Big Ten is going to offer them a monster deal and try to meet them halfway. But the ACC will probably try to match the monster. And ACC, I think culturally, Notre Dame sees itself as a fit in the ACC more. I don't know why. But with Coop, here's a question that is asked in the chat that I think is a hard no and definite no, and it sounds fun to talk about, but it's just not feasible to do. Sabarossi says, with super conferences happening, do you think they would ever introduce relegation for each super conference? I say no.
No.
Because in a sport where players are enticed and recruited for their 4-year career, you can't – I don't know what the even legality or the feasibility, the reality of recruiting a guy for 2 years. He plays poorly in his conference. He's now playing a inferior conference.
I just don't think they could do it with the TV contracts.
Yeah.
It just doesn't – it just wouldn't work.
Doesn't
you can't
add up.
sign a contract and then all of a sudden a new team's in there after 2 years. And then they're out. I just don't see how that could make any sense.
All right, so Oklahoma government is going to push for Oklahoma State to be an SEC school. Well, Oklahoma government doesn't have any pull with the SEC.
Yeah, exactly.
And Oklahoma, if you think in the Oklahoma government, I'm just going to go ahead and assume there's more Oklahoma University graduates than there are Oklahoma State. That's usually how these things work. So I'm guessing the Oklahoma government's going to do what Oklahoma University wants to do. So that's my thought process there. Everybody's going to fall in line. Oklahoma State is an interesting case. They could go to the Pac-12. They could
Big
go
Ten. I
Big
heard was
10.
interested.
They could, but they're kind of a linchpin of what happens with the rest of the country, right? We see what happens with them and Notre Dame too, I guess. Once they get forced into making a decision.
But what? So they're making a shit ton more money being independent. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is
because the NBC contract.
Then that's why they're just like, why would I do it?
Yeah, but if these Power 5 breakoffs really want to get serious with Notre Dame and say, yeah, you can be independent, can't play with us, you can't be in our championships, and they join the conference real quick. So this is all about consolidating, and the big programs, the Ohio States, the Texas, the Alabamas are tired of subsidizing smaller schools and smaller conferences, and they're about to break off into their own deal. Whether that's fair or not, that's where we're headed.
And the NIL changes, like the NCAA's power over the sport is lessening. Obviously.
So overall, do you like this?
I don't like it or dislike it. There's no reason to like it or dislike it. Just accept it. It's
well, if you had to, like, would you like the Big 12 as being gone, or like, do you just like?
No, I prefer the other way. But again, there's nothing really
you can really do.
It's like you know, I don't like when I drive to work and somebody pulls out in front of me, but I just drive around them. You know, it's just like whatever. It's just something that happens.
I know, but this isn't really a whatever. It's like I don't know. It's fucking pretty shocking to just have
I would prefer
Texas in the SEC.
I prefer to live in a world with the 5 conference model and 5 strong conferences, but we're heading towards it. I mean, the entire landscape of college athletics has changed in the last month.
It's bananas what's happening.
I mean,
I can't keep up.
I mean, we're going to expand the college football playoff. The players are making money now. The transfer portal is free agency, and now you got.
I mean, everything's
changed like that.
Even the one extra game in the NFL is fucking me up. It's really fucking me up. Like, there's so many
game schedule just doesn't sound as good.
It sounds awful.
I like that it ends January 9th and later, though. I like that.
But
playoffs
no more 500 teams.
Playoffs are behind the college football playoffs.
I have to be able to say that this team I think is going to be so-so. They're an 8-8 team.
I love that the culture always going to be 8-8.
Right. You have to be able to call somebody an 8-8 team.
Yes.
Now what am I going to say? They're a 9-8 team. They're an 8-9 team.
9-8 sounds so bad.
That's a winning record.
But 9-8 sounds so much better than 8.
So much better.
It's like a great season.
And
but
then
9-8
and then 7-10 sounds awful.
Yeah, 10 losses. 10 losses.
8 and
bad.
9.
7-10 sounds terrible.
You're right.
Terrible.
10 losses or more
so
ain't good.
Fuck this.
7
man.
and 10 almost sounds worse than 6 and 10.
I hate
don't know
change.
How that's possible, but
I hate
It
change.
does.
Yeah, it's and they're just
The
throwing
players
those.
have to be so mad about that, right?
Didn't they shorten? There's less preseason now. Is there 3?
I think there's
2.
There should be none.
Yeah. It's good for the season ticket holders. They always screw the season ticket holders and make them pay full price for preseason. It's one of the biggest scams.
You know what's funny about like football is doing all this changing, just rapid changing. We're going to change this. We're going to change this. We're going to change this. Pitchers are still batting in National League games.
Oh yeah, we're going so
incredible.
backwards. It's like we can't change this.
Right,
This is
whoa.
Oh, the old people will get so mad at this. I'm gonna ask you this. This might be dumb. I don't know, but usually football 8-8 home and away. How do you figure out that?
Yeah, I really don't know how they're doing that.
The
Does
extra
anybody
game,
know?
like
Yeah.
someone gets fucked.
Yeah, well, I assume you would do it this year, and then you would
Yes,
do the
that
fucking
year?
next year. Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know. That's a great question.
kind of fucked up.
Would there be possibly a way to schedule it where everyone got 9 home games? Is that possible? I'm not a big math
That's
guy.
almost
I think
certainly not
odd's
possible.
Odd, yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, it's almost certainly
Is
not
there a way
possible.
to finesse? I don't know if there's a way to finesse schedules.
I don't think so, right?
Unless you play like half the game at home and then you fly. And
No,
play
you're gonna have 16 teams with 9 home games, 16
Think in
teams
my
with 8
head
home
how
games,
this
right?
No, I don't think you can.
I wonder if like this changes the London dynamic. I don't know. Who knows?
What's London got to do with it?
Oh, no, I'm saying, I'm saying you have like 8 home
Oh,
games,
I
8
see,
away
yeah,
games,
yeah.
and a 17th game on a neutral site.
Yeah.
So every team plays a neutral site.
Imagine-
game? That'd be
imagine-
kind of nice,
but
actually.
To grow it.
But they don't call those neutral sites. Like those are home games. Like,
That is a home game for the
like,
Jaguars
imagine if
usually.
if the Jags had 8 home games this year, one of them was in London.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
Man,
Can the Blue Jays play home now? By the way,
no, I don't think
No.
so, right? Oh, they have opened up.
I think they're
Toronto or
allowed to.
Canada.
I think actually they're allowed to. I think it might have just happened. We're playing in fucking Tokyo. People can go to Tokyo. They can't go to Canada.
By the way, watching highlights on Twitter every night of baseball and seeing the Blue Jays just in Buffalo is jarring.
It's so funny.
You always think it's a minor league game.
Yep. It's you know what? It's the lighting. The lighting
Minor league
makes
lighting?
it minor leagues.
They don't have modern lights in Buffalo.
No, they just don't.
I want to say they are moving back to Toronto
think
because
it-
their AA team was playing in Trenton, and they're going back to Buffalo now.
Yeah, I think it's
AAA,
right.
rather.
I think like it literally like after the last game they're allowed to
Yeah.
now.
Good. I'm tired of seeing that fucking minor league field.
Well, it also makes Vladdy's home runs look like they're going 1,000 feet every
That's
home run.
true.
You're just hitting it into like an abyss. There's just
Yeah.
nothing.
It's onto the highway.
Yeah. All right. So a little more football. Deshaun Watson reports to Houston Texans camp.
What?
He reports because
He showed up?
Oh fuck! Calls.
He get fined $50K a day if he didn't show up.
He was getting fined. Yeah, so he showed up so he wouldn't get the fine.
Wait, so
I don't know why Texans wouldn't just waive the fine. Okay,
we're gonna fine him, but he's fucking doing terrible shit, but he's get fined because he doesn't come to work.
But here's the thing. Can you imagine? Like the Texans, I assume, have decided they're moving on. They're going to move on.
Yeah.
Now you got other quarterbacks getting ready for the season. You got other players, and Deshaun Watson's just sitting there. Like what are we doing?
Hanging out,
just hanging out.
Are you having him run the offense?
Playing ping pong? I mean, I don't understand. And this morning, so it was announced that reported that the Texans are now exploring trade options again for him. So that the trade market's heating back up for him. And now this morning, I'm just seeing tweets like just talking about Deshaun Watson like nothing has ever happened with him. Like here are the two teams that can trade for Deshaun Watson, the Eagles and the Dolphins. So we're just like jumping right back into Deshaun Watson talk without
like it's like nothing.
It's close enough to the season now.
Yeah.
Teams need a quarterback.
So maybe the Texans are just going to keep him.
No, I think they're going to trade him.
I think they've decided they're kind of
just
got
get away from it.
They got a new GM in Nick Casario.
Well, and
restarting.
let's not forget that this all started with him saying he's not going to play for him anymore. He wants to be traded. You're right.
Yeah.
And I think he's sticking to that.
So right now it's going to be whatever teams in the league don't care about what's happened. Like not that they don't care, it's just like that they'll think they'll get through it with him. Has he been like convicted at all, or is it like
no,
still going on?
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a long time.
And it's not in criminal court anyway.
I feel like it's more
court.
civil. Yeah, it's not even. He's just going to have to pay a sum to.
The only team I can think about that could take this PR hit and get through it with them is Carolina, because they have all Clemson fans already. You know, like they'll be pumped no matter what, because the same people that like the Panthers.
Well, what a low key shot at the morals of
Clemson.
No, I don't mean.
Oh, you exactly meant it like that.
Well, I mean. Okay, I know there's a lot of South Carolina Gamecock fans that are Panthers fans too, because North Carolina. I just feel like they've got so many Clemson fans that are going to be so pumped that their fan base would. I may hear about that take.
Just to be totally honest, I mean, let's be real for a second. I mean, if he wasn't in his prime and a quarterback, the conversation wouldn't be like this.
No, and let's be honest, the second a team does trade for him, the fans of that team, maybe not 100%, but a lot of them will be like, it's not a bad guy.
Oh, they're going to
caught up.
Like, you know what? Like, is there any actual proof of
Has he been convicted of anything?
Can someone show me pictures, evidence,
I mean,
that's what's going to happen.
What's your take on Miami getting it?
I'm a Dolphins fan. I
know you are. Would you be happy or?
Happy is a strong word.
Okay.
I'd look into the legal case a lot more.
Yeah,
I'd be looking at the brief like, well, hold on here. I don't know, but I think he's going to get traded. I don't know if before the season, but certainly during the season, because whenever something happens with the case, if he settles, I think that's it, right? I mean, Kobe Bryant settled and went right back to his career.
Oh, if he settles, I mean, if they were able to have some sort of situation where this gets played out quickly, I think he had traded in a second.
Yeah. Y'all want to do picks or y'all want to get some calls? What do y'all want to do?
Let's take a call.
You want to take a call?
Yeah.
Fuck, we'll take a call, Marty. Good call. Let's see. Let's go with Lee in Philly. Wants to talk about a little college football. Lee, what's up?
What's up, boys?
What's up, player?
Finally, been a while. First things first. Shout out to Big Ev this weekend for the great TJ Dillashaw call on UFC. I was not on that at all. But today I want to talk a little bit about Week 1 college football action. UCLA versus LSU. I know, Brandon, you're on the same side as me as this already, looking into this. But UCLA is plus 4.5, plus 150 money line against LSU. They returned 20 starters. Quarterback has improved every single year. Dorian DTR has looked so good last
Thompson
year,
Robinson.
and he is coming back. Yeah, DTR. And then last year they lost games in 2020 by 6 points, 3 points, 5 points, and 1 single point. They are due to improve. I love UCLA plus 4.5 Week 1 college football.
I don't like when callers. Thank you, Lee, very much. I don't like when callers call in and kind of ruin my pick because I don't want them plus 4.5. UCLA is going to beat LSU. They're going to win that game.
I agree with you.
Yes,
but I also don't like when people justify losses. When it's
Fair
like
enough.
There's like, oh, they lost 6 games by less than 6. Well, they didn't win because they were the worst. They should have won them. Like the Yankees, I'd be like, yeah, the Yankees should have 8 games they should have won.
Right.
But they're just bad. Like I hate when that is because it just justifies you being bad.
Yeah, you're saying, oh, they could have won that game. Well, if they could have won it, they would have won it.
Yeah,
they didn't win it. We keep score by who wins and who loses.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think UCLA, if Chip Kelly's ever going to matter at all in UCLA, it's got to start happening. It's got to start happening quick. Senior quarterback, I don't know what he is actually on the field, but he should be like a senior. He's been there forever. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, they got a lot of weapons back. And LSU, they're going into camp just like they went into camp last year. They don't know who their quarterback is. They don't know if their defensive coordinator is going to be any good. Now, he could be, but their defensive coordinator last year was a relic, a dinosaur, and he tanked the entire season. They went out and hired somebody that wasn't exactly in demand on the defensive coordinator market, and now he has to take all that five-star talent and put them back together. Got a lot of great ingredients for the recipe, but nothing. They didn't cook anything worth of shit last year. I think UCLA beats them in week 1, and I think LSU is looking around confused for the rest of the season.
You want a little fun fact about DTR?
Please.
He was Tate Martell's backup in high school.
Good God.
And Tate, going back to UNLV,
he played receiver, so to his credit, but he was Martell's backup quarterback in high school.
Yeah, so Tate Martell going to he's going to UNLV.
He has 2 years of eligibility left because he opted out of
got a
COVID
freebie last year.
He opted out.
I mean, your guy's quarterback, Corral, right? He's going into what should be, this is his 4th year playing. He's a sophomore.
Well, yeah, I guess technically.
Yeah, all these years are fucked up.
Yeah, it's because of the COVID. Yeah, it's wild.
Let's go with Ben in Massachusetts wants to talk college football. Go, Ben in Massachusetts. What up?
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for having me. So I just had a question for you about the Big 12. With everything happening, I still hear everybody talking about how they're still a Power 5 conference. Is this at all possible? That was just my question.
I don't think so. I don't think you lose the 2 tentpoles of your conference in what was holding the whole thing up, what was making like 60% of your money, and still, like, how do you fix it? How do you still stay a Power 5 conference if you anchor? Let's say you anchor around Oklahoma State, Kansas State. That's decent, but you're still coming. You got 8 schools. What are you gonna put around them?
No way.
That's
Houston.
Trash.
I just don't think so.
It's just when Oklahoma and Texas are just bigger than the Big 12.
I don't think you can. Here's. Let me explain it. I don't think they can put together a TV deal for the remaining conference teams that would outweigh what those conference teams could go get by being in another conference. I think the Oklahoma State, for example, going to the Big 10 would make Oklahoma State more financial sense than putting together the Big 12 because the money would be much, much bigger just going to another conference. That's what I think anyway.
No, that's 100% right.
It is 100% right, but sometimes I like to say I think it instead of I know it, because I can be a little arrogant sometimes in my beautiful Uncle Phil shirt with my awesome shoes.
Look great. TJ, can you put on Robbie's tweet for a second? I just want to all watch this video for a second.
Yeah, please.
I think it's very funny, and I just want your thoughts on it.
What's Robbie's tweet?
It's just a random video. I just saw it, and it looks funny, and just watch this guy.
Okay. What?
He just was going in.
Just dips out of the ambulance.
It's just dipped out. The best part about it all is that no one even thought about running after.
Nobody chased him.
The one paramedic just puts his hand out like this to try and grab him.
Stop. Yeah. Thank you for that. That was
it was
nice.
just a good, delightful little mix-up there.
Yeah. That was. God, now I'm seeing it on my clip here. They just try to stop him. He just takes off.
That looks like a guy that's about to go to the ambulance that just got like a DWI and they didn't realize it. He's about to get his blood test for alcohol, and he's like, nope.
He's also like, man, I don't got insurance. This would be expensive.
That too.
Man,
those ambulance rides can really get your pockets.
The $4,000 lift.
Yeah,
$4,000 lift.
That's literally what it is. It's crazy.
I once worked at Blockbuster Video in college, and I was closing up, and there was
you were born to work at Blockbuster.
I worked at Blockbuster and Radio Shack at the same time. I worked at Blockbuster and Radio Shack at the same time.
With that navy blue vest.
But anyway, there was a guy outside. We closed at 10 o'clock, and there was a guy outside, and he was acting like he was sick. He was acting like sick, and I had to call an ambulance for him. So I called an ambulance for him, and this is a tiny town of 8,000 people. Ambulance comes, and they're talking to him, and I don't leave, and I'm just watching the whole thing. And eventually they say, he says, I got to go to the hospital. They say, all right, we're going to take you to the hospital. It's going to be a $2,000 ride. He says, where is it? And they said, it's right over there, a couple miles. He said, I'll walk. And he just started walking towards the hospital.
I don't blame him.
That's amazing.
It's
Wait,
a fucking.
You worked at Blockbuster and Radio Shack?
I worked in the daytime at Radio Shack. 2003, 2004, West Point, Mississippi. I was working as an assistant manager at Radio Shack. And then the Blockbuster, the manager there was about a 22-year-old girl who was hot, and I liked her. And I was like, I would go down there and I'd talk to her all the time. And eventually I started working there, trying to get next to her. Didn't work at all.
No.
But I worked in the day at Radio Shack and the night at Blockbuster, and 5 years later, both were out of business.
Yeah, if you like tell me to actually just picture somebody who would work both those places, it's you.
Yeah.
It's just those uniforms. You love those uniforms.
Oh, I had the white starch shirt and the khaki pants with the Radio Shack, and then I would take off the white shirt and put on the blue Blockbuster with the ticket right here.
And you were good. Like, you knew exactly where the movies were.
Yep.
You knew exactly. You know exactly where the headphones, what kind of headphones you want. Like,
I have a terrific collection of 2003, 2004 movie posters. I just have some fantastic Spider-Man 2 wall cutout. I don't know what to do with them, but I got a lot of shit from back then. Man, that was a good time in my life.
I can't quite beat that. That's better, but I had an afternoon paper out for the Oxford Eagle that was quite entertaining. It was like it was a 50-mile route, but I had a little scam going where, my parents I still had a gas card. And so I was getting compensated for my gas by my parents by putting it on by Oxford Eagle, but I was putting it on my parents' card, so I was making like twice as much money.
Smart.
But yeah, it was pretty hilarious. I didn't really picture myself as a paper boy.
I delivered pizzas too.
That's good. You make some money. You get tips off that?
Oh, not in West Point, Mississippi.
No, they don't believe in tips there.
No.
I never had like one of the. All my like normal like the weird job was just the Home Depot florist. That was really it.
Counterterrorism.
Yeah, well, that's just not like that's a little more than Blockbuster.
Yeah. It's still, okay. You're right. A little more. All right, go.
All right, IPVanish is a virtual private network, a VPN for short. A VPN is a super important tool that helps you safely browse the internet. You can use a VPN on your computers, tablets, phones, even things like your Fire Stick when you're streaming media. When you use a VPN, all your data is encrypted. What you're reading, what you're searching, and what you're watching is all protected. If you care about the security of your online activity, the easiest way is to protect yourself with IPVanish VPN. Rated 4.7 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, IPVanish provides an encrypted connection for all of your internet traffic, helping to prevent websites, Wi-Fi providers, and even hackers from intercepting your data. You can help keep your financial details, personal info, and online activity safe from threats with IPVanish. Get started with limited time offer and save a whopping 65% off monthly and annual subscriptions by going to IPVanish.com/central. One more time, that's IPVanish.com/central. All lowercase letters, 65% off. Can't beat that value.
You guys weren't in Omaha. Well, you were there for a week, but by the time we did this, you were gone, Marty. But in Omaha, at the show at DJ's Dugout, I would give him the ad reads every day. And then I would throw a cowbell at him, or I'd throw something at him, throw a shirt at him. I'd ring the cowbell in his ear. I'd get the crowd to stand up and make noise. Just read right through it like it wasn't even there. Good ad reader.
Good ad reader.
Thank you.
It's called poise.
Good it's like that poker thing coming through, right? You just.
I think honestly, the ad reading thing was my first year of sports radio. I couldn't figure it out. Like going to transitions to breaks and ad reading were a struggle at first, but I had a 3-hour show for 4 years, and so I just did so many of them. I got comfortable.
All right, I got 3 calls to clear off this board. Well, I'll get these 3 calls. Then we'll talk our picks, and also we have to have a conversation about our picks as we get into August. Let's come up with some competitions to do. Let's come up with some stakes here. Let's come up with something real. Let's come up with something we can fight for.
Agree. Because when
gotta put the spark back in it.
Yeah.
Sports are getting back.
Yeah.
Like
one other question: should we start getting Megan and Kelly's picks on here to compare? Like just have them turn them in, just to like
women.
What? But just
we could put them on there, yeah, of course. But it's just tough
Central.
when they're not here. It's like if they start winning and then she's not here, I'm gonna be pissed.
Right. Yeah.
okay.
That's gonna be annoying.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
But yeah, I mean we could put them on.
I think I already told TJ to put Kelly's picks on every day for starting August 1st. But anyway, we can figure out what we're gonna do as far as competition because we gotta start ramping it up around here.
Yeah, we're just throwing out
just
picks
cruising
and
through
no
the
one
summer.
cares
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
You know?
Summertime. America's pastime.
We need something. I think we also need something for the worst person as well.
Fired.
Yes.
Fired.
Relegation of Pick Central.
That will
Fire.
get the chat going. If one of us gets fired, yeah, they'd love that.
Don't let me say it too loud.
Don't get it too loud.
All right.
Well, the people, they'll take it seriously.
Correct. All right, so let me get these 3 calls real quick. Sam is he in North Dakota or is he talking about Notre Dame? I bet he's in North Dakota. Hello, Sam.
What's up, fellas?
No, what's up, Sam?
So I apologize because I was the one that had the Oklahoma State comment. I misread the article. It was talking about how the state legislature has no pull in doing that. So, Brandon, I apologize for being wrong. Off the bat, I was just curious, with all the realignment, do you think that some teams like Cincinnati or a Houston or even a Memphis could get a jump into a Power 5 school just because of some of the markets?
I think sorry, I thought that was the question. I think for sure.
No, I'm going to hang up and just let you guys talk, so I apologize.
Oh, no, it's okay, Sam. I think for sure no. I'm a hard no on that. I don't think anybody's getting promoted out of this. I think other people do think they're getting promoted. People think Cincinnati, Memphis, Boise State, teams like that. I think it's a hard no. I think this is a fork in the road where the Power 5 teams are saying, we're tired of subsidizing you guys. We're going to make our own money. See you, bye. I don't think they're letting anybody else in the party. But that's just my thoughts. That's my personal thoughts on that.
Do you think the Big 12 could try to salvage something by going after those schools to just –
I don't think so. Because, again, like I said earlier, I think the money the Big 12 teams individually will make from other conferences usurps is bigger than any money they could get by putting the conference back together.
Okay.
I think ultimately the money just is too much. All right, a couple more. Noah in Michigan wants to talk to Deshaun Watson. Go ahead, Noah.
Hey, Brandon, I know you're a big Dolphins fan. I don't know how much anybody else will want to talk on this, but I've been seeing some tweets from some Dolphin fans and analysts on Twitter. One of them mentioned something that I thought was interested in a package for Watson. I know you don't seem too keen on it, but Xavier Howard, Tua, and then maybe 2 firsts for Watson. Do you think that gets him here, or do you think that's too little of a package?
I think that would. It's because Houston's going to have to come off their demands a little bit. If they're still thinking 3 first-round picks and a couple starters, if they're thinking 5 picks of value, I mean, they're going to have to come off a little bit. Xavier Howard is somebody that the Dolphins are going to have to struggle to pay at some point. We're going to have to say either pay him or ship him out. And then Tua, boy, I'm just going to tell you like this. If Deshaun Watson was sitting there right now with no off-the-field issues, I say – do that trade all day, every day, and let's go. Let's fucking go Dolphins. I think the Dolphins have put together a roster that's a quarterback away from competing, and they're the ones that and maybe the Eagles too. Although I don't think the Eagles roster, it's okay. I don't think it's as good as what Miami has put together. But I think the Dolphins are going to be facing some decisions in the coming days and weeks. Do we want to go ahead and do this and take the PR hit?
I've said it from the beginning. I think the trade would already happen without the character flaws, if you will.
All right.
And it seems we don't want to go back to those days when we were cutting Ocho Cinco, I guess, because of Adam Gase and things like that. But and then Mincy and Big Ev, I'll take the chat off of your guys' back here for a little bit since everybody hated my call last time. But we got Demir Martin Wednesday night in the semis at 10 p.m. Go ahead and watch that.
All right, thank you very much.
Let's go.
I don't think people hated that, did they? We liked the Demir Martin pick. What even sport was that? It was.
I think it was swimming. I thought
it wasn't swimming. What sport was Demir Martin in? Come on, it was table tennis. No,
I literally wrote it down. Hold on.
Fuck, it was.
Was that the rowing 11-1 guy? Or
was it rowing?
Yes, it was rowing.
That was the 11-1 rowing guy. I remember the guy was so pumped about it.
Okay, all right, that was Demir Martin. All right, one more, and then we'll get to our other shit. And it is our boy, Mark in Philly. Go ahead, Mark.
What's up, fellas? Hope y'all had a good weekend, which, by the way, there won't be many more of these without football on. So I wanted to talk about a sleeper NFL team before the preseason gets going very soon. I loved the Jags over 6.5 wins at plus 118 on the Barstool Sportsbook. And I also don't mind taking a shot at plus 340 to make the playoffs. I think Trevor Lawrence is as NFL ready as any prospect has been in a long time, and he's stepping into an offense with talent. Etienne and Robinson are at running back, and an underrated trio with upside at receiver in Chenault, Shark, and Marvin Jones. They also spent money on the secondary and have drafted SEC studs like Josh Allen, Kayvon Chaisson, and C.J. Henderson, who are waiting to blossom. If you take a look at their schedule, I think they have a chance to get out to a really hot start and be one of the early season stories in football. So Jags over 6.5 and plus 340 to make the playoffs. And before Brandon gives his opinion, I would just like to remind him that the Jags executive vice president, Tony Khan, is his best friend. So be very careful.
Hey, I know exactly who the Jags executive vice president is. It's Tony Khan. It's my best friend. Somebody actually asked who all the Barstool was going to the AEW show with Arthur Ashe. Who is not going? Everybody that's ever mentioned wrestling here has asked me to get them into that show. So I think we're gonna.
That's one Days Daniel. I heard rumors.
We're
Daniel
gonna roll
Bryan
like
could show
7
up
or
at
8
that one.
deep over there. I don't even think.
Brandon, I personally think you should be down there with Big Trouble Ben Bishop managing on the AEW show in New York, but that's just my opinion.
The ironic thing, Mark, and thank you for the call, is that I have something else. I might not even be able to go to that show, but I might have to get tickets for like everybody. Anyway, what did he? So he said Jags over 6.5. I fucking love it.
Me too.
I love it.
I liked it too.
His point about Trevor Lawrence is right. I think this is the most NFL-ready guy that we've seen in a very long time. Everything Herbert did last year, I think Trevor Lawrence can do that twofold. I think he can be that much better than him.
No, Gardner Minshew's not taking any shits because he doesn't want to be number two. Doesn't accept any number 2s.
Well, he's just going to be a bloated motherfucker when he gets shipped out because I love Gardner Minshew. I like his swagger. He's from Mississippi, but Trevor Lawrence, that's not a competition.
First of all, Gardner Minshew knows exactly what he's doing.
Right.
He made that one statement that he's actually trying.
Yeah.
He's going to have the best life being his backup.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Plus 1
And like Gardner Minshew's a guy that you'll still know. Like he could wear a mustache or wear jorts at one point, and then he'll be fine.
Jags go from 1 to 7 wins because they got Travis Etienne? No, because they got everybody else, you dumb fuck. Why are people so fucking stupid in the chat sometimes? You heard you got that call and you said it was all because of Travis Etienne? Shut the fuck up, dumbass.
Don't you always hate when
this guy's an idiot.
When you or anybody makes like this full like pitch and then they just grab one thing and they're like, oh, because of that?
This guy's a fucking moron. All right, picks. I don't know who's in first.
Ev's crushing.
Ev's killing us.
Yeah, we're all of us are struggling.
3 months straight.
Thank
no one
God
wants to talk about it.
Thank God for Rico because I've been sucking hind tit. Boy, you're killing everybody.
I mean, all 2nd through 5th is. I mean, we're all right there together. Ev's separated a good bit here.
All right, Big Ev, it's your show.
All right, a couple Chicago plays today, boys. I got the Cubs money line. I got the White Sox money line, and late night tonight, Mariners money line plus 160.
They're hot as balls
at home against the Astros.
They're hot as what?
They're hot. I mean,
I don't think everyone's ever considered their hottest balls.
Glenny Balls is hot. They might as well be wearing the Balls beachwear.
Mincy, I love you.
All right, let's go. Mincy, what's up?
All right, I took the White Sox today, too, going against the lefty. I also took the White Sox over 5.5 runs with the White Sox mash lefty theory. Took Ohtani because he's pitching at home against the Rockies, who can't ever win on the road. And I took the Nationals at even money at Philly.
Can we just can you show me on the screen real quick? Big Ev, how about my shoes?
I like them. You always go a little. You're a unique guy.
Yeah.
You always go a little. There's always a little something extra in there, but I do like those.
Well, I'm late to the ones party, so I have to buy ones that I haven't seen in the office, and I can't just be copying Dan. But these are good shoes. However, I thought they were gray on StockX. And
which part? The purple?
This I thought that was gray, and I thought that's an interesting color. But it turns out they're purple.
I think they're shoes that you're probably going to wear them a little more than you should, but it's okay.
I'm only going to allow myself to wear them once a week.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're the white is very white. I do overwear shoes. You're right.
Well, I think for me is like when I have the more like I have a couple pair of colorful Nikes that I wear a decent amount, but those are like those are like some very nice like get a fit off shoes, and you can't wear those all the time.
Yeah. Let's see, Marty Mush, give it to me.
I got the Braves. I got the Blue Jays.
Game 1 or Game 2?
Game 1. I got the Nationals. I got take Taekwondo plus 100. I've been watching a lot of Taekwondo.
Is it Taekwondo like it's his last name?
Right. What's his name?
His name is Vladislav Larin.
Yeah.
Taekwondo plus 100. I watched a bunch of Taekwondo yesterday, and I'm telling you, it's a good pick. I'm also taking. It's on Saturday at 8:00 in the morning. It's Shelly Ann Fisher something. Minus 118 in women's track and field. I got a track and field family.
Shelly Ann Fraser Price.
Yep, there you go.
Nailed it.
And then I've a track and field family that watches it nonstop. That's the tip, and that she's a favorite.
She's a favorite, yeah.
But still, she's
Greatest ever.
She's unbeliable, right?
She's relatively.
Yep, that's my pick.
She's a famous person.
Yeah.
Marty, can we please? You do all the. I love the videos you do for the sports book. Can you please do one on the Taekwondo pick?
Yeah, I think I have to.
I got to see that.
I think I have to.
You know what, DJ2? I will do that. I will put a unit on Jags over 6.5, and I will post a screenshot to Twitter. I will do that. I will head to Philly very soon, and I will put that in. I will back up my boy Mark.
Hurry up, do your pick.
Why?
We have a minute.
Are you even watching the fucking clock? All right, I just got 3. I'm with Marty. Blue Jays to beat the Red Sox tonight. Reds to beat the Cubs. And Angels Rockies. Shohei Ohtani and is it Marquez?
Yeah, Marquez.
Under 7.5. Under 7.5. So there's that. I haven't been able to get my timing down on the Olympic betting yet. So I've been trying to bet on things that have already happened like 5 times.
The Tokyo time change is tough.
Oh, you see what happened to Chief yesterday?
I think that was a bit.
I think at the beginning it wasn't, and then he realized immediately. I think.
But we all live on Twitter for our jobs. I don't think you could have gone through Twitter yesterday or lived your life yesterday and not seen that happened yesterday morning.
I think if you woke up,
Chief's not a big bit guy. I feel like
that's kind of what I was thinking. I think if you just woke up at like 10:30, slept in a little bit, you could have missed it.
Marty, you're on the dog walk draft this week, right?
I am.
Carnival thing.
Carnival. I think I had a very good draft.
All right, so go check out Dog Walks.
Didn't even try and be funny the entire. I just wanted to have a good draft.
That's how you got to go into those things.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. You're out Wednesday through Thursday? Friday?
Yep.
All right. Yak is up next.